All right, guys. In this video, I'm going to be covering another brand who was able to generate over $8.9 million in a 12-month period. And I'm going to be going through the entire funnel from what products they're promoting for their brand in order to generate this amount of revenue. I'm going to be going through their traffic sources, how much traffic they're generating every single month in order to get to that point where they're generating a good amount of revenue. I'll go through also their targeting, what countries they're targeting, alongside their traffic sources, their ads, how they're making the creatives and what types of creatives they're using for the ads. We're going through sort of things regarding the social media marketing, the organic marketing, what creatives they're using for organic marketing. I'll go through the website, how they're collecting emails, how they optimizing the website for conversions, and then I'll also go through email marketing and some extra bonuses, right? So watch the video to the end. You'll get a ton of value. If you're a business owner, you definitely need to watch this video to the end. If you're in the e-commerce space, whether you're a fashion, health, and beauty brand, maybe just starting out, or maybe you're already generating some good amount of revenue, please watch this till the end. You'll gain a ton of value and you can go ahead and implement this for yourself. If you have the attention span of a goldfish and you're not ready to go ahead and actually scale your brand and you want to stagnate, then go ahead and click off this video because this is not the video for you, right? And if you need help with a solution in order to grow your brand, like I've done for brands like this, where we generated over $400,000 in pretty much 2.5 months, then you can go ahead and book in a call below where I can go over solutions, your current situation, your problems that you're facing, and then provide basically solutions and then move forward and do the consulting program, which is what I offer, right? So you can book in a call below and find out more information about that. But basically, the strategy I'm going to go through is what I provide to the clients I work with, right? So this is the video that will teach you exactly what I do for the clients that I work with. So basically, I've been working with brands for the past 5 years now, and I've been able to produce great results. So I know what works, what isn't working. And again, big brands are implementing this. So let's go straight into it, right? So you can see here, this is the brand logo. Their name is Alala, right? They have generated over $8.9 million in a 12-month period, and they promote athleisure, right? So they're in the activewear space. And obviously, I've received requests to do more activewear brands because I've been doing clothing brands for a while now, just going through what processes they're using in order to scale. And if you're interested in the clothing brands, you can go ahead and watch those previous videos on my channel. Even beauty brands as well, you can go ahead and watch videos on that. This video is a athleisure brand. This can still be applied to fashion, health, and beauty brands, whatever sort of industry you're in. But in this case, obviously, they are promoting athleisure, bodysuits, sports bras, tops, so on and so forth, bottoms. So they provide a sort of product to a particular niche, which are usually women who are interested in working out or maybe are on the go a lot. So this is the audience that they're catering to. So you can see here that how they're generating the traffic. They are generating around 30K a month in monthly visitors, according to this data. And they are getting a bounce rate of around 36%. This is around a third of people who are actually clicking away from the website after only visiting one page. Now, this is a good metric. This is a good number because it means that 2/3 of people who are visiting the website, they're seeing more than one page, right? So they are browsing the website, they're looking at different pages, different products, different collections. And obviously that way they're going to be able to understand what Alala is promoting. So that's why it's very important that you have a low bounce rate. If you have a high bounce rate, it means that your website is not optimized for conversions. Maybe you have very slow page speed. All these different things are going to compound upon each other, which leads to brands, or it actually leads to people visiting the website, and then they are not willing to stay on there for a long period of time or past the first page. So it's very important that you revise that. And again, I help clients out with that if they're having issues. Also, the pages per visit, the visitors visit at least 7 pages, right? Which is a lot. This is definitely above average from brands that we've seen previously. And obviously, it's a very good sign that the target audience is interested in the products that they're promoting and the brand in general, right? So you want this to be as high as possible. You want people to be seeing 7, 8, 9, 10 pages, right? So this is actually the average. So there are many people who are visiting at least 10, 20, 12, 14 pages, and they obviously have some who are visiting less than that. But so this is the metric you want to look at to see, okay, how efficient is the website? How many people are staying and visiting multiple pages, right? So this is a very important metric. And then we've got average visit duration. This is around 1 minute and 14 seconds. So it indicates that a lot of people are visiting the pages and they may be browsing quite quickly, but obviously retargeting can help bring them back, and this will also help them to see more pages. So that's something that you can take into account as well. Again, it's not as important as pages per visit or the bounce rate, but it's definitely something you want to take into account. And that's what a lot are doing. Alongside that, they are targeting the United States. As you can see here, this is the geography. A lot are based in the United States, so they obviously would find it easiest to target the US market because they have the easiest logistics, all these different factors, including understanding the market compared to other countries, better. So all of these are going to combine, and actually that's where they're focused on, which is good. And ideally, you want to focus on one country, whether that's the United States, UK, or France, maybe your own local country. For example, that's definitely a powerful way of trying to go ahead and actually penetrate a market, because you have that advantage of being able to promote in your local country, right? So it's very important to take that into account. And then after that, you can go ahead and expand and do that. And actually, there's brands that I've worked with who have successfully expanded into the United States, UK, Australia, and so on and so forth, right? And doing so is quite lucrative for the brand, because obviously a large part of the target market who would be interested in buying their products are based in these countries. So that definitely needs to be taken into account as well. But obviously, you can't do it by yourself because there's loads of different moving parts. And obviously, that's what I'm here for. That's what my consultants for. I'll help you out with penetrating particular markets, because they all have different sort of cultures and different buying behaviors, which you may not be privy to. So it's very important that you obviously have someone who's able to give you that extra perspective and has the experience of doing this, right? And again, if you're interested in that, you can book in a call below. But in terms of the traffic sources, you can see here that they are pretty much targeting or getting a lot of traffic from direct. And obviously, this is desktop only. So a lot of it is coming from direct, as you can expect, because people are just going straight to the website URL, right? They type it in their search bar and it goes straight to the website, which is what you want. And that's what will happen with a more established brand like Alala. You also got search, 27%. So roughly around 1 in 4 people are going to the website from the search. So for example, from Google or Bing, they type in the brand name in Google search and they go ahead and visit via the link there, right? You also got referrals. Again, this is basically the brand is being linked to articles, third-party websites, and people are reading the articles and they go ahead and visit the website from that article directly. And then you got socials, which is 4%. This is expected because this is desktop-only data. If this was mobile-only data, this would be 10 times more. This would be at least 40%, because most people use their social channels on their mobile. So now that we understand how they're generating the traffic, where they're getting the traffic from, now we can look at the ads, right? How are Alala producing the ads? What ads are they using for their marketing, right? Because that's very important. So you can see here, this is an example of the meta ads that they're running. They're running quite a few, but this is some examples, right? So we can see here, here's one. This is more or less what we call a DPA ad. This is like a dynamic product ad, where this changes depending on sort of the algorithm that Meta is using for the ads. So for example, they're showing the leggings to one particular person, but then they could be showing another sort of pair of joggers to another potential customer, right? Or part of the target market. And it's very dynamic. It's based on the algorithm that they're utilizing for the ads. But this is very important. You can see they have urgency. They want people to come in and buy straight away. And obviously they give information about the product and the description. So this is very powerful in order to generate maximized revenue. And again, this is basically what we did for this brand, $385,000 in a 60-day period, basically utilizing ads like these, right? So this definitely works. Then we got another ad, which is kind of they're promoting a collection, Rivera collection. They have a model wearing the product in a lifestyle setting. Again, it fits in with sort of their sort of target market's interest and their branding as well. So they're really trying to cater to that market. You can see chic and comfy outfits. Basically, they're taking them to a collection page and they're just promoting the latest collection, right? So very simple, but it works very well. Just launched, i.e. exclusive. So people are going to be interested in that. Then we got another ad. Again, they're promoting tops, as you can see, the athleisure. Again, they put a description about it. Elevate your workout wardrobe with Alala's new arrivals, from chic country club outfits to comfy leggings, right? Our collection has you covered, right? So they're trying to appeal to a broad audience, right? They're trying to get people who are interested in leggings, but also want club outfits. But as you can see here, they are promoting their sort of athleisure. So this will attract people who are interested in working out, who are interested in that type of things, right? So that's what's working for them here. And then obviously they have a similar style creative here, similar to this one. You can see they have a yellow background, but they have a different product here, right? But they are promoting their athleisure, where again, this is for yoga, golf, tennis, and pickleball, for example. And again, pickleball is quite popular in America, so they understand that and they're trying to appeal to that part of the target market as well. So you see how they are being very strategic with their creatives and also their advertising, right, on Meta. And obviously, that's exactly what we did for this brand, generating over $385,000 in a 6-day period. Obviously, I've covered this one in the previous video where Girlfriend Collective, when you search for Girlfriend Collective, it comes up with shopping ads for competitive brands. So like competitive brands like Pangea, Honor Active, etc., Honor. So obviously, when you search for a brand like this one, like Alea, you're going to get competitive brands as well. You're also going to get some of their ads as well popping up. So the idea is that you want to be ranking for shopping, ranking for search. Obviously, you do shopping ads. You make sure you bid correctly, and yet you're promoting the right products. Make sure they appear for the right searches. But obviously, you need to collect that data first, so you can understand exactly, what search terms are profitable, which ones are not profitable, which ones are relevant, which ones are not relevant, and then you can go ahead and put negative keywords in those so that they don't appear. Obviously, you want to optimize your titles to make sure that they're ranking for search and social, or just for search and shopping optimally, because this matters when it comes to shopping. The titles need to be relevant to the search. So that's very important. Again, that's very technical. Again, if you need help with ads in general, then obviously I can provide consulting on that. Usually, Google can be quite great, but if you want to scale very quickly, then Meta can be working very good for you. This is definitely good for long-term shopping, especially, combined with PMax. That can be very good to generate top of funnel traffic and middle funnel sort of conversions as well. Then obviously with the ads, they have a large social media presence. They have an Instagram account, and we can see here they have over 106,000 followers. They posted over 3,000 times, and they are posting consistently, right? They do the same thing on TikTok. They have much less following here, but they are posting content on there, which is definitely something that you want to do as well. And again, I help brands out with that because it needs to be tailored to your brand. It needs to show off the brand image, but also cater to the target audience that you're trying to reach out to, right? So this will depend on the brand. You can see in Alea's case, they post particular type of content. As you can see, they are founder-led, right? They produce founder-led content. As with Pinterest, it's more or less going to be content where they are showing images, flattering images of the products, with colorful backgrounds, and that's what's definitely working for them there as well. If we look at actual content that he posted on TikTok, you can see they have this type of content where it's more like professional, which I don't recommend on TikTok because that doesn't get a lot of watch time, which means it doesn't get a lot of views. What gets a lot of views on TikTok is usually UGC content, right? Pretty much universally, that's what goes viral. That's what people are on there to watch. And obviously, they've been trained to watch that type of content. So when they go ahead on there, and they're looking for UGC content, they're naturally going to watch that. And that's how you generate a lot of views, a lot of top of funnel traffic and interest, right? So obviously, they haven't done that, and that's why they get very little likes, right? This one, they have founder-led called TikToks here as well, where they have the founder talking about the brand, etc. Again, it needs to be sort of more relatable to the audience at large. I mean, this is very good if you want to communicate with your followers, but ultimately you want to have videos where you're appealing to large, broader people, especially if you want to go viral, because it needs to appeal to a large group of people. So that's what needs to be done with TikToks. But this is what they do currently, and they are generating views. So you can see they're getting over 1,000 views, which is definitely better than nothing. So that's definitely working for them well. As for Instagram, you can see here they are posting UGC content, and yeah, they have here you can see a summer haul right of the brand, basically getting an influencer or content creator to go ahead and try on the products. And obviously, this can do very well on Instagram because people love hauls, etc. And they also do the same thing here, where they have POV bringing the dance by to your living room. So they're trying to create humorous content here. This can be good to diversify with if you want to try and attract different types of people to the brand, more ones that are more carefree, etc. And in this situation, yeah, they have the model and the current content creators trying on the products and basically doing sort of active things with it. So it's on trend, but you can see how they're using UGC content. And obviously, you want to diversify with like high production style content as well and see how both of those work. If one works better than the other, then you can go ahead and start to go in, that particular direction. But you can see here that this is quite valuable for the brand in sort of getting them to generate traffic, generate followers as well. And again, they've posted 3,000 times. So they are very consistent with the content. They're able to get the content that they need to post regularly. And again, they most likely built up a customer, sort of like a content creator base where they have a series of content creators who can produce content for them. And they may be on affiliate deals and essentially, or they could be getting paid, per post, per piece of content, or batch created content, right? So that's what they are likely to be doing here. So that's how they're able to produce a good amount of content as well for the brand. And the same thing for TikTok as well. So that's what they're doing organically, and you can see how it's worked quite well. So you can slowly see how Alea are able to generate $8.9 million in a 12-month period, right? Which is roughly just under $1 million a month. And obviously after the marketing, right, they'll go straight to the sign up form on the website, and they will see a pop-up where it says subscribe for 15% off, right? Save on your first order to get exclusive email offers, right? So obviously this is very powerful when you want to collect emails, which you do want to collect emails because you want to do email marketing. Or alternatively, you can also collect SMS. Ideally, you want to collect both, but SMS can also help to for the brand to reach out to extra people and for a low cost, right? Sort of like remarketing purposes. So yeah, subscribe for 15% off. You definitely want to give them an offer, and they're more likely to give their email in return, right? So you kind of reciprocating with them, right? Ideally, you want to do that. That's the best way to go ahead and collect emails. Once they collect email, obviously they'll be taken to the homepage of the brand, where you can see Labor Day weekend, 20% off sale. Use code Thrive at checkout. So they're promoting the Labor Day sale. They have the discount, and obviously they just want to drive conversions here, right? So they say shop sale, go ahead and buy now, basically. They have another sort of hero image here, falling for color, just promoting basically new seasonal colors, right? New arrivals, again, being promoted. They have models wearing the product. They have sort of a seen on post here, right? They have a celebrity wearing one of their products, a notable figure, which will help with social proof, help with credibility. So if you have that type of content that you can post on your homepage or anywhere on your website, highly recommend that you do that, because obviously you want to build trust with the brand, with the target market, and also status as well. Obviously, we have more, and this continues, right? They just go ahead and add more social proof, Huffington Post, a new way to stand out in the gym. And yeah, that's what they do on the homepage, which is very powerful. And of course, they have a button here where you can go ahead and live chat with customer rep, right? If you have any issues. So that's what works on the homepage. Obviously, when they go to the product page, they'll see the product, and essentially they have the model wearing the product. There's different product shots, which they can go ahead and view. And again, very powerful. They have the mono background, so the product's very clear, and so that people understand what they're going to be purchasing, right? They provide all the other usual stuff, like they have a pricing, title, size, choice, your size guide, add the cart button. They also have a reviews sort of review here, like a quote here from a customer. And obviously this is very powerful because you're also injecting social proof high up the page instead of leaving review stars at the bottom. People can go ahead and review it at the bottom when they scroll down. But they just put one review here, which is very powerful. It goes ahead and complements the product. They also have information about fit, features, care, model measurements. Definitely want to have those. And you want to educate the potential customer about your product, right? So in this case, obviously fashion, you need to go ahead and mention about the fit, the features, the care, model measurements, because that's the best way to minimize the amount of returns that you're going to get. Because obviously in the fashion space, the return rate can be relatively high compared to other industries like beauty. So you definitely want to go ahead and make sure you're mitigating that with information about the product, right? And obviously they have their diamond membership here. So this is something that is mentioned here. If we look at it now, so they have a membership, right? So basically this involves sort of getting them a membership. It says unlock luxury, enjoy exclusive perks, and earn cashback with every purchase. So this is basically trying to get them into sort of like a package where they can go ahead and get extra features, extra benefits with the brand. And of course, build like customer loyalty, right? It's almost like Amazon Prime, but they're doing their own version of it. So you can see here they have gold membership. It says free. It says 10% cashback, free shipping above a certain amount, early access to sales, refer a friend bonus as well. So they have a referral program integrated with it too. They have a platinum membership, $39 per year. So they charge yearly. They have features, benefits, etc., cashback, free shipping, early access to sales, and then they have another one here, diamond membership, where they provide more perks, right? Which is going to entice people to go ahead and join, right? So they're making extra revenue from this. Obviously, I don't have information about how much extra revenue they're making, but you can imagine that if they generate $8.9 million a year, that a good portion of it is coming from the memberships. So obviously they will opt into this, and then obviously they will join the program. So that's basically what that provides. That's what this entails. So you can join a membership and then be able to get more perks based on that. Obviously, they would have reviews started. This brand doesn't have reviews for this product, but you also want product recommendations. You can see here they have product recommendations. This is going to allow people to add more to items to their basket and actually get to a point where they have maybe 3, 4, 5 items in their basket that they're ready to buy, right? I just actually bought 6, 7, 8, well, roughly around 9 items from Amazon today. And the reason I only did that is because I was recommended other products that I could add to my cart, right, on the Amazon page. If I was not recommended it, then I wouldn't go ahead and add those items to the cart because I would have not known about it in the first place, right? So very powerful that you add product recommendations. And, whether that's on the collection page, but particularly on the product page as well, right? Because you want people to go ahead and get more items, right? So that's very powerful. And then obviously people will go ahead and check out. So they go to the cart page, add to the cart, and they will see the product. They will also here be recommended more products, right? They're using social proof. They say customers also bought. Very powerful. It communicates that other people are buying products as well. So also creates social proof. They have these products here, new arrivals. They added a badge here. They've got review stars. So all of this is loaded with information that will lead to the target customer going ahead and adding to their basket of these items, right? So that's essentially what you want to do. Do you want to replicate this? There's no reason why you can't do it. Again, obviously the easiest way to replicate this is to work with a developer. But I provide guidance on sort of best practices, because if you just give it to any developer, they're just going to create any website and they may not have full context on what works, what doesn't work, right? They just may make it look fancy, but it may not be functional. So that's why I help obviously brands out with when it comes to like working with a developer, somebody who can actually build a funnel correctly. Because if you do it yourself, there's loads of different things that can go wrong, and you just spend the money on like a new website that's actually going to perform a lot worse than what you had previously, right? So you want to avoid that. And again, there's certain frameworks that you need to follow. But yeah, in terms of what they're doing here, yeah, they have sort of product recommendations here. So people will add more to their basket and then check out, right? So they go ahead and purchase that. And then obviously, once they purchase, it doesn't end there, right? The mistake a lot of smaller brands make is that once someone purchases, they don't go ahead and do email marketing campaigns, right? They just stop there. They don't market to them anymore. They don't even retarget them with ads, right? They don't even do that. So obviously, this is what separates the bigger brands, the more successful brands from the smaller ones who don't have this type of strategy that they're executing upon. The thing you want to do, you want to add email marketing and potentially SMS marketing on top of what you're doing, because obviously, once you start getting customers, people who are opting into emails, which you will if you implement this, you start getting a large group of people, maybe 1,000, 2,000 people plus, right? If not more, if you keep scaling up the ads, you get 10,000, 20,000 people coming into your email list, and you want to remarket to these people, right? And you can do that for relatively very low cost, right? All you have to pay is the subscription for the actual emails subscriber for Klaviyo, for example, right? So, which is very inexpensive in the grand scheme of things. Once you start implementing the right campaigns for the email marketing and flows. But you can see here, this is what Alea have done. They have sort of an email based on the Labor Day weekend sale. And again, this is going to generate probably an extra 30% of revenue, right? Because on this list, they're going to market to people who have already bought from them, people who already haven't bought from them yet as well, but people who are interested in Labor Day, right? So this is the opportunity to make extra revenue. As you can see here, extra 20% off sale. They give you a code and they provide sort of a call to action here where they say shop now. So people go straight to the collection page and go ahead and view the sale. And then from there, they're just going to go back to the website and view the products and then check out, right? So that's what the purpose of the emails are. They are to communicate an offer, write a sale, and then get people straight back to the website. And then after, you can see here, they have sort of information about the products that they're promoting, and they have images with the models wearing it, so they can actually, for those who are more visual, they are going to be more receptive to that, right? So this is very powerful. You definitely want to be showcasing that. And obviously they have another call to action. They have a quote here, let live move you. And then they have sort of information about sort of the USPs and sort of social proof that actually gets people to go ahead and take action, right? Or have extra trust with the brand. So that's essentially what they do with the emails. And then obviously once people go ahead and click on the email, they'll go back to the product page, the home page. They go visit the products on the sale, and then they'll go ahead and add the basket, add the cart, and then they go ahead and purchase, right? And again, they'll receive more emails. Again, this is just an example, right? They obviously do different type of emails, whether they're promoting the sale, a new collection, right? Usually the way bigger brands do emails is related to what they're covering in the ads. So for example, they would most likely do an email based on the Riviera collection that they just launched, right? So they'll do email for that. They also do email for their luxury athleisure collection, and basically when they do that, they're going to be very consistent with their branding, right? Which is ultimately going to help you to generate more revenue because you're building more trust, you're differentiating yourself from competitors who are not doing the same thing, and then that's going to lead to obviously more revenue. So that's what they've done, and very powerful that they've done this, especially, right? So obviously this is a lot, and this is how they're able to generate over $8.9 million in a 30-day period, right? As you can see. So obviously, like I said, there's a lot of information here. I recommend that you rewatch this video. If you watched it again, congrats, but you definitely need to go ahead and rewatch the video because there's a lot of information here, which obviously would go through one ear, but go out the other ear. So you definitely want to rewatch this video. If you need to take notes, do that as well. But pretty much this is essentially what they're doing from a sort of holistic perspective. Obviously, there will be extra parts like retailers. There may be a part of retailers, which is sort of out of the scope of the video. But I help brands out with that when it's applicable to them. But this is essentially what they've done. And again, if you want to replicate this, then you can spend months on end, years on end doing this yourself, or you can work with somebody who has experience, who's just gone through it with you and can actually implement it for you, right? So if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, you can book in a call below, and you can also DM me on Instagram, and I'll basically just go through exactly, what we can do, right? So obviously we can book in a call, go through your current problems, the solution, which is basically this, what I've just gone through right now. So, this will not be a secret to you, right? The solution I've just gone through is what I've just gone through this half an hour, right? And then obviously we can just get started, right? And again, the objections, if there's any objections, then obviously it's just a case of just rewatching the videos, because everything I just outlined here is what bigger brands are doing. And it's just a case of implementing it. This definitely works. There's no doubt that this doesn't work, right? As again, I've been able to do this with other brands with like $385,000 in a 60-day period. If you want more case studies, you can see here as well. Been able to do it for another brand, $64,000, $70,000. These are just smaller brands. For the bigger brands I'm currently working with, I can't share that data, right? Because obviously NDA. But this definitely works. And again, I've just proved that this is a strategy that I'm implementing, right? And this is something that you can replicate for your brand too. So again, book in a call and we can talk about your situation, the solution, and then get started straight away. Payment on the call and just get started straight away, because at this point, there should be no objections. It's very clear what's going on here, right? So again, I help out with the creative, sort of give you consulting on that. Basically, like I said, what we covered, how do you make these creative? Again, I provide guidance on that. The organic, basically go through the organic marketing, like the brands have, they give you a strategy based on that can actually help you grow. The ads, right, which I help being able to help with this brand. The website, how to optimize the website for conversions, email and SMS, and basically go from there, right? If you need help with logistics, I help with logistics as well, because a lot of brands still think that they can't get started without having the right logistics. No, you need guidance on that, because you don't know everything when it comes to logistics as well. Because you're doing certain things, you're waiting for a manufacturer 3-4 months for them to produce a product, when really it should only take you a month at max, right? So you're clearly doing something wrong. You need guidance on that, and you're just wasting time, wasting money, and you're not going to achieve your goal. You're just going to stay where you are. You've got to be at zero, or you're going to be producing very little, and then you're just going to go out of business. So you definitely need help on all of this, right? So that's pretty much it. Again, book in a call below, DM me on Instagram, whatever you need to do to get started, go ahead and do it. And again, if you haven't watched this video, I've covered it for other brands. Go ahead and watch that now. Again, link is in the top right hand corner. I've go for another brand who's able to generate a good amount of revenue with a similar system to this, if not the same, right? So go ahead and watch that and book in a call, because at that point you have an understanding of exactly how this works and how we can get started. So see you there.